How you doing? Um, this afternoon, what I wanted to do was to take a look at some specific examples that you guys have. You've heard enough of mine about exactly what was going on when you bought a watch. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Let's see if I can get my thumb to work again. My thumb, I don't know what happened. It, I guess it doesn't work anymore. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Hi, Junior. How you doing? Mark. Hey, Mark. Oscar. Hi, Von Cruel. How are you today? Uh, Caesar. Oh, gee whiz. I'm glad your parole officer let you come to this. That's very good of him. Hey, Stephen, Andrew. Thank you. Mr. Gumby. How's it going, Graham? Hater. Oh, good. Glad to see a hater. I keep trying. The thumb trick quit working for some reason. The other day, I said I just went bip like that, and the old thing went whoop. I don't know. Hi, Goldfinger, Jose. Hope you had a blast in Switzerland. Yeah, it was very good. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tomorrow. Hater, yeah, yeah, some really incredible stuff. Anyway, today what I wanted to do is to get a bunch of stories, really, um, in terms of what was actually happening when you bought a watch. Um, this one was I'd always wanted the watch. I couldn't afford it, and the and I told the guys when you have one at this price, let me know, and he did, and so that was how I got it. So it wasn't like, aha, I saw this and I was planning, and here I had checked all of these things off. Oftentimes, it doesn't happen that way. Yeah, yeah. The thing in Switzerland was amazing. Super nice to your wife. Oh, yeah, yeah, yes. Oh my goodness! Look at I have a little blue box from Tiffany's for my wife. Yes, highly recommended. You should always be nice to your wife, though. Hello, 100 seconds of knowledge from Germany. I was just very near Germany. One thing I found out when I was in Geneva, if you turn one way or the other, you're in France. It was like, oh, it's very, the border is very near the airport. And that was sort of cool. It was how close they were. And of course, Geneva itself is one of the French-speaking cantons of Geneva. Hi, Ed. How you doing? Oh, Ed, no, you shouldn't do that. Oh, okay. Um, Geez. Well, everybody's heard my trip to Switzerland stories. There's some that are. I was just going over some pictures I had, and some of the stuff I found out, I was very surprised. There are parts. It's sort of like one of those Russian dolls that I found out when I was there. You know the little stacking dolls. You open up and you find something. So then you open that up and you find something else. That was pretty much what it's like. Okay, come on, time to have yes. That's exactly right, Von Cruel. They also have them in Japan, and I think they were developed simultaneously years ago when I lived in Japan. We used to get them there too. Okay, let's hear some stories of. I mean, on the one hand, the ideal is you go out and you research and research and research, which you should do anyway, no matter what. When I got this watch on a spur of the moment thing, I'd still had all the research done ahead of time. So let's hear some watch stories. Okay, Andrew, I've flown from Geneva in order to drive to Grenoble in France. It's an interesting confluence of cultures. It is. I was impressed. They all speak French very well. I have trouble with it. I was at when I was at the University of Leiden in the Netherlands years ago. I ran into this one doctoral student who was studying languages, and anyway, she was telling me, she said, whenever I go to England, I'm so impressed. These little kids just speak English so well. I thought, yeah, these little kids are really good at it. Anyway, okay, come on, you guys, you got to have some watch stories. Um, Hi, Damon, how you doing? Kachina dolls. Is that the Japanese name for them? Mark J from yeah. Okay. All right, Mark. I'm all ready to help you get another watch and help you not get a dumb one. You have such a good watch. It's hard, I think. Mark, you're the hardest person I think. You're gonna find it very hard to get another watch because the one you have is so nice. Okay, Ed, let's see. I put away at a minimum of $500 a month. When Christmas comes, I look at the new watch fund and go from there. Yeah, Ed, that's a lot of times if money shows up, or in my case, if it disappears, all of my watch money sort of went up in smoke when this distracted driver creamed my car, and I had to go out and get another one, and that cost a lot. And so I really didn't haven't I won't have uh until my I some watches I'm selling. Once I get the money from them, I ought to be okay. My last four buys have been accidental. Andrew, that happens to me a lot. Because right after I got this one, there was this incredible deal on a brand new Parmigiani, um, 1950 Loon, and I got it. I mean, it was such a good deal that I couldn't pass it up. When I got my Moritz Grossmann, I found one for a brand new one for for way under what Moritz Grossman's cost. Sometimes you see those things, but really, again, you always go back to the research you've done so that even if it's an accident, it's one where it usually is anyway. Ron Crew. Most recently, I visited Girard-Perregaux site and happened to see they were accepting names for the cassette 2.0 titanium gold. So I put my name in. I probably don't get one, but they haven't said no yet. Zero research. Yeah, that's not always a good idea. I just saw a new cassette and I like titanium and gold. Okay. Spoken like a true watch collector. Brian, I have several watches that I constantly check my regular haunts for. That's another thing that I do. I have sort of a list that I've researched and want, and so I always sort of poke around and see if one comes up. I can do that still, but I can't afford one for a while. Probably December or I mean January or something, January or February. Yeah, those kinds of things are good. Caesar, What watch do you plan to get with the sales money on the FPJ resonance? Caesar, I think I put up, I had 6 different watches I was considering, 5 or 6. I forgot how many. Um, but what I want to hear about Caesar is tell us about your last purchase. What was it? An educated accident then. Yeah. Yeah, that's I mean, it's sort of like um my brother's a geologist, and he's always telling me about geodes, and it just looks like a rock, a friggin' rock. And but you got to know which watch to find, and then you crack it open, and it looks like King Solomon's mine on the inside. And they're called geodes, and they're really cool. Um, and I think watch collection is the same thing. Same thing, with art and everything else. Is that you're going along, you hear these stories about some guy at a garage sale and comes back with a Picasso or something because they do. Hey, talking timepieces. I just sold a watch, but it was to a friend who I had sold pieces to earlier. He gave me two back for one sold. I didn't lose money, but the collection grew when I'm trying to shrink it. Yeah, yeah, I know that can happen. Sometimes a deal that is, there are some that just, oh, I can't turn this one down. If I manage to get the watch, it stays long term. Yeah, same here. I'll tell you I still don't have my watches back from the bank yet. Uh, the only one, my good one that I have, I was wearing it when I took the other ones to the bank. Excuse me. I thought I had a cold. Okay, I came back from Switzerland and I have a chocolate cough. Turned out to be COVID. So I have all my shots. I got more shots than a dog on a trip to England, and so I just thought I had the sniffles or something, and so they're positive for COVID. So they gave me all of this other stuff, and I think it's supposed to all be gone by Monday. So I hope so anyway. But talk about the timing wasn't bad though, because on the last day we were there on Saturday, I got this what I thought was a cold, and I seen everybody, done everything I wanted to. It was good for them too. Uh, you don't want to inflate the watch of your next watch. Ah, good thinking, Caesar. You have so many insights there. Um, if I manage to get that watch, it stays long term. Yeah, I agree. Oscar, I'm about to buy a Swiss watch automatic. Brands are um, Vincianto, Alpina, Tissot, Edux. Which one would you consider the best bang for the buck? Uh, I don't know. I like to sew a lot, but there's only I like to sew for certain reason. You can find they're almost all gone now, but if you can find a to sew, what are they called? To sew heritage petite seconde. Those are hand wound, cool watches. You can play watchmaker with them, and you can adjust them, and so on and so forth. Those are ones I really like. The last watch I got was a Code 1159, rose gold green dial. Last I purchased was Studio Underdog Salmon. Should arrive in 2 weeks. Way to go! That's a beautiful sounding uh, Code 1159 Caesar. Those I really like to look those. I like APs in general. I just don't have one. Be- they're the things I like better, but I still like them. Talking timepieces, Alpina. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. Oscar, very difficult to keep shrinking the collection, taking time. Yeah, no kidding, it is. Damon, I want to spot a really good deal. Then I do the research. Then I wait around about a week. And if I still can't stop thinking about it, I start the negotiation. Okay. That's an interesting way. That's a very interesting way. Hey, Stephen, I just bought a Bulgari Octo Roma. Wow. Have you posted that up yet, Stephen? Got a good deal new. Love it. Has been on my radar since release in spring 2023. Yeah, I got our son one, an Octo Roma. They're substantial watches. Hi, Joe. My last purchase was a Roger Dubuis perpetual calendar. Wow, by Retrograde. Oh, wow, that sounds really cool. Holy smoke! Found it in Japan. A friend just collected it. Hopefully, I'll get my hands on it before February. Impulse buying. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes though, impulse buying it's sort of like you weren't planning it, but something really good comes along, and that Roger Dubuis you mentioned certainly would be something that would be coming along that would be worth seeing. Nah, Caesar, I on the first round, I always get all my shots and everything, and um, I on the first during the pandemic, at the end of it, and I all shot up. Came down with it. Same thing. It gave me some Paxlovid, and it went away. So it's not. I'm a veteran of that, but now that I have I like to call it chocolate COVID. Velvia man, how you doing? I sold my gold vintage VC at auction this week and bought another gold watch at the same auction. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Jose, uh, starting research and comments are welcome regarding Roger Dubuis chronograph. Yeah, I had was it Roger Dubuis? No, it was, I didn't have, well, I'm trying to think whether I had no, I didn't have a Roger Dubuis chronograph. I had a Daniel Roth chronograph and I sold it. It had a El Primero movement in it. Don't discount Longines. Um, Let me get back to that. Von Krul, Venus Zazio is a bit of a mouthful. A family, normal Italian name, I guess. If they put their logo and not their name on the dial, I don't mind the name much. Um, a lot of people have told me about that brand, the Venice Ciano. I I looked them up and I think they have some kind of a Salida in it or something like that. And they're not, they seem okay. They just didn't really, sort of, be all that. But if you like them, you like them. Okay, Longines. Man, I tell you, I had one of my Longines. Here it is, right here. This is my still doing great. This is um, my equation of time Longines. What a great watch. This was the every other equation of time watches is insanely expensive, and this one turned out to be a fairly special one. It was made in 1989 to celebrate, I think it was the 150th anniversary. And so they put together this watch, and it's really, I mean, it's incredibly well made. And oh, what is it called? I forgot. You can see if you can read it. Um, and so yeah, Longines is a very good one. The only problem now, they probably messed them up with the silicone hairsprings, but otherwise they're probably great. Eric, hi Eric. I need three things: a possibility and a chance. I need a possibility and a chance. Eric, that is a very good way of summing up a lot of things. Sometimes you'll have two, but not the other one. Uh, yeah, it's sort of that's sort of a cool way to look at it, I think. Well, cool. I like APs remaster and alternate universe. I have one. Okay. Oh, you posted it yesterday, Stephen? I'll have to go take a look at it. I'm really interested. Yeah, money. I think that comes under a possibility or a chance, either one of those. Yeah, Hater, have been a lots of great deals I've been seeing sort of pass right under my nose because I can't afford any watches right now, except I keep enough to for my Larique number 3, the Air Zulu. I'll see if I can talking timepieces. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm doing, but I'll see if I can make it. Thanks. I've been on a waiting list for the Streamliner blue enamel. Oh, those are gorgeous watches. Love that one. It won the GPHG, and I'll never get it. Considering camping in front of the Moser's headquarters. Well, I mean, if you're on a waiting list, let me see. Well, I'll tell you something. Uh, I, I don't know how many of you go to the Facebook page that Moser has, but they're having every Christmas time or this time of year, they have a what amounts to a raffle, and they give away a sweater, one of those Christmas sweaters, and a hat. And I won one last year. I lucked out in a raffle. Those are fun. So it doesn't cost anything. Just enter the thing and maybe you'll win one. That'd be cool. My impulse buy in NYC was a Renaud Tixier. I don't know that watch. Sometimes you have to make some adjustments to take advantage of an opportunity. I've got more selling to do, actually. Yeah, sometimes, you see a watch or you know about a watch or you want a watch and you say, well, I better sell this one, and this one so I can get that one. Yeah. Brian, my post August COVID cough lasted for 2 months. Wow. 2 months. I hope mine doesn't last 2 months. It could go away. Um, there's I'm planning on being clear before Tuesday. Hey Ed, let's see. I'm still in the research and saving phase. Yeah, lots of watches I like. Difficulty is I want something that I can take on a regular wear, but is still special. Yeah, those are the best kind. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Nobody wants a watch case queen. Um, yeah, I'm running out of watch case queens. Money goes under capability. Yeah, I think so, Mark. Yeah, it's like if you have the money for it, it can be very dangerous sometimes because you say, "Oh boy, look at that." If you have the money available, go out and snag one. Okay, I saw the Vini. Hmm, Vinay. People at Dusseldorf watch time, very style oriented. Not that is a bad thing. No, Longines. Thanks, Epher Ephemerides Solidaris. That's how, Brian. That's how come I call it my equation of time watch. A little easier to remember. I already identified a few watches that I haven't been reaching for. They get they get worn or they get passed on. Yeah, yeah. I try not to get watches that I'm not gonna wear. I mean, there's some watches that would be fun to have for 10 minutes, and then that's about it. Nomos, you like Nomos? Nomos have some very cool watches. They have some. Nomos to me is sort of like between Bauhaus and interesting Bauhaus. They go back and forth. Thomas, I received my latest purchases on Thursday. A regulator by an Irish micro brand called MD Watches. Ooh, sounds interesting. It was an impulse buy, very well priced at only 306 quid. That's very good. That sounds great. I had, Thomas, I got my uh, regulator from same thing. It was like 200 bucks that I got it from this guy in Hong Kong. It's called Perpetual Watches. That thing is it's a great watch. Works fine, but it's not going to win any prizes. But I like it. Hi, M Sweet. I've become a little tired of mechanical watches. I'm looking and feeling similar. I have 40 plus. Hey, I guess you would have. So I've been gearing into vintage LED and LCD watches, a whole new world of fun. That's cool. And a lot cheaper too, I imagine so. Hi, Allie. How you doing? Thank you. There's there's a watch that sort of has a I I goes back and forth. Have you ever had a watch that you like and say, "Oh boy, I want to get that," and then you look at it, maybe not, and then sometime later you go back again and say, "Boy, that'd be a watch I really would like," and then you say, "Maybe not." So that's how I feel about Daniel Roth Papillon. I have two Daniel Roth watches, and I like them both. But I like the Papillon, and then I look at it, and do I want to spend that on that watch or not, or should I do these other things? I don't know. I can't afford to do either one, so that sort of helps right now. Hi, Dr. Bob's Nightmare. I just bought a new watch 2 weeks ago. I remember to ask for a cash discount. Oh, okay. Wow. That's sort of, I don't, did you get it online, Dr. Bob Nightmare? Yeah, Von Krul, I think, I don't know why I really want to, I hardly ever wear the watch, but it's sort of like one of those checkbox watches. I shouldn't, and that's why I didn't spend a lot of money on it. Uh, in terms of regulators, my favorite regulator is a Laurent Perrier. They have a beautiful regulator. That would be one I would like to have and wear, but they're really expensive. Okay, yeah, thanks, Andrew. You're right. I've got to bounce right now. Let me pick up the last two. Hi, Mark. I like Vacheron overseas until I tried it. I'm not sure uh, it's the type of watch I want. That's important too. A lot of times you see a watch, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, and then once you look at it closely, it's not what you want. How do you detect under the radar watches that nobody pays attention to? Like your buy of the FP Journe watches before people pay attention to them. You pay attention to the quality of the movement. That's are the functionality of it. Um, when I got mine, it was 2016 or something like that. There were people who were buying them, but not very many. And it's like if people get stuck on certain things, like oh, it's got to be the Holy Trinity. Well, now the Holy Trinity. Uh, I like Vacheron Constantin and Audemars Piguet still, but poor old Patek Philippe. I mean, when I was in Geneva, a lot of it was I was talking to I forget, this one watchmaker, and he sort of shrugged. He said, "No serious watchmaker would do that." And I thought, "Oh, I didn't think they would." No wonder Geneva Seal. They won't give the Geneva Seal anymore. But that's something that it's a sort of a bone I've gnawed on enough. I went to Topper Jewelers on the peninsula, wanted the AD experience. Okay. Hey, I would love your opinion on a 100K watch, the Trump Victory Tourbillon. Keep in mind that the movement can be found in watches for about 7K. You can probably find them in for a lot less than that. Apparently, the tourbillon movement in that watch has its origins in China, and some guy in Switzerland did something with them, and but they're not very good watches. They're cheap watches, basically. Um, I don't know why you'd waste gold on one of those. To say the truth. And again, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you like Trump or not. It's just those are junk watches. Anyway, guys, gotta run. And thank you all for showing up and so putting up. Some of you I'll talk to tomorrow. And everybody take care and be safe. All right, get your shots. They work. You may get it, but you're not going to get it too bad.